Good morning, Team Alabama. Please join me in reading a little more in Hunger Games. We are on page 126. Rue, who is dressed in a gossamer gown, complete with wings, flutters her way to Caesar. A hush falls over the crowd at the sight of the magical wisp of a tribute. Caesar is very sweet with her, complimenting her 7 in training, an excellent score for one so small. When he asks her what her greatest strength in the arena will be, she doesn't hesitate. "I'm very hard to catch," she says in a tremulous voice. "And if they can't catch me, they can't kill me, so don't count me out." Okay, so there are a couple of vocab words we could add there: tremulous and gossamer gown. Those are 2 we could add. "I wouldn't in a million years," says Caesar encouragingly. A boy tribute from District 11, Thresh, has the same dark skin as Rue, but the resemblance stops there. He's one of the giants, probably 6.5 feet tall and built like an ox. But I noticed he rejected the invitation from the career tributes to join their crowd. Instead, he's been very solitary, speaking to no one, showing little interest in training. Even so, he scored a 10, and it's not hard to imagine he impressed the game makers. He ignores Caesar's attempts at banter, like light talk or funny talk, and answers with a yes or a no, or just remains silent. If only I was his size, I could get away with sullen and hostile, and it would be just fine. I bet half the sponsors are at least considering him. If I had any money, I'd bet on him myself. And then they're calling Katniss Everdeen, and I feel myself as if in a dream, standing and making my way center stage. I shake Caesar's outstretched hand, and he has the good grace not to immediately wipe his off on his suit. "So, Katniss, the capital must be quite a change from District 12. What's impressed you most since you arrived here?" asks Caesar. What did he say? It's as if the words make no sense. My mouth has gone as dry as sawdust. I desperately find Cinna in a crowd and lock eyes with him. Imagine that words coming from his lip. "What's impressed you the most since you arrived here?" I racked my brain for something that made me happy here. "Be honest," I think. "Be honest." "The lamb stew," I get out. Caesar laughs, and vaguely I realize some of the audience has joined in. "The one with the dried plums?" asks Caesar. I nod. "Oh, I eat it by that bucketful." He turns sideways to the audience in horror, hand on his stomach. "It doesn't show, does it?" They shout reassurances to him and applaud. "This is what I mean about Caesar. He tries to help you out. Now, Katniss," he says confidently, "when you came out in the opening ceremonies, my heart actually stopped. What did you think of your costume?" Cinna raises one eyebrow at me. "Be honest." "You mean after I got over my fear of being burned alive?" I asked. Big laugh, a real one from the audience. "Yes, start there. Then," says Caesar, "Cinna, my friend, I should tell him anyway. I thought Cinna was brilliant, and it was the most gorgeous costume that I'd ever seen, and I couldn't believe I was wearing it. I can't believe I'm wearing this either." I lift up my skirts to spread it out. I mean, look at it. As the audience oohs and ahs, I see Cinna make the tiniest circular motion with his finger, but I know that what he's saying, "Twirl for me." I spin in a circle once, and the reaction is immediate. "Oh, do that again," says Caesar. And so I lift up my arms and spin around and around, letting the skirt fly out and letting the dress engulf me in flames. The audience breaks into cheers. When I stop, I clutch Caesar's arm. "Don't stop," he says. "I have to. I'm dizzy." I'm also giggling, which I think I've done maybe never in my lifetime. But the nerves and the spinning have gotten to me. Caesar wraps a protective arm around me. "Don't worry, I've got you. Can't have you following in your mentor's footsteps." Everyone hooting at the cameras find Haymitch, who is by now famous for his head dive at the reaping, and he waves them away good-naturedly and points back to me. "It's all right," Caesar reassures the crowd. "She's safe with me. So how about the training score? 11? Give us a hint what happened in there." I glance at the game makers on the balcony and bite my lip. All I can say is I think it was a first. The cameras are right on the game makers, who are chuckling and nodding. You're killing us, says Cesar, as if in actual pain. Details, details. I address the balcony. I am not supposed to talk about it, right? The game maker who fell in the punch bowl shouts out. She's not. Thank you, I say. Sorry, my lips are sealed. Let's go back then to the moment they called your sister's name at the reaping, says Cesar. His mood is quieter now, and you volunteered. Can you tell us about her? No, not at all. Not all of you, but maybe Senna. I don't think I'm imagining the sadness on his face. Her name's Prim. She's just 12, and I love her more than anything. You could hear a pin drop in the city circle now. What did she say to you after the reaping? Cesar asks. Be honest, I swallow hard. She asked me to try really hard to win. The audience is frozen, hanging on my every word. And what did you say? Prompts Cesar gently. But instead of warmth, I feel an icy rigidity take over my body, and my muscles tense as they do before I kill. When I speak, my voice seems to have dropped an octave. I swore I would. I bet you did, says Cesar, giving me a squeeze. The buzzer goes off. Sorry, we're out of time. Best of luck, Katniss Everdeen. Tribute from District 12. The applause continues long after I'm seated, and I look to Senna for reassurance. He gives me a subtle thumbs up. I'm still in a daze for the first part of Peeta's interview. He has the audience from the get-go, though. I can hear them laughing and shouting out. He plays up the baker's son thing, comparing the tributes to the breads from their district. Then, as a funny audience about the perils of the capital showers, a funny anecdote, sorry. Tell me, do I still smell like roses? He asks Cesar. And then there's a whole run where they take turns sniffing each other that brings down the house. I'm coming back into focus when Cesar asks him if he has a girlfriend back home. Peeta hesitates and then gives an unconvincing shake of the head. Handsome lad like you, there must be some special girl. Come on, what's her name? Says Cesar. Peeta sighs. Well, there is this one girl I've had a crush on her ever since I can remember, but I'm pretty sure she didn't know that I was alive until the reaping. Sounds of sympathy from the crowd, unrequited love they can relate to. She have another fellow? Asks Cesar. I don't know, but a lot of boys like her, says Peeta. So here's what you do. You win, you go home, and she can't turn you down then, eh? Asks Cesar encouragingly. I don't think it's going to work out. Winning won't help in my case, says Peeta. Why ever not? Asks Cesar, mystified. And Peeta blushes beet red and stammers out, because she came here with me. Okay, guys, there's our big news. Peeta has a crush on Katniss. Okay? Please add that to your facts and add whatever else you think you might want to include. Have a great rest of your day, Team Alabama.